seating very comparable to what Tillamook has, and yet at the same time it's probably far less than half full, and so not as big a crowd as I would expect for a game of this magnitude this early in the season. But it should be a lot of fun nonetheless, and we've seen two good games already tonight. The freshmen lose by 2, and the JVs do the same. So two two-point ball games, Tillamook on the bottom end of both of them, and that gives a testament to what Cascade has been able to do for their basketball program.
Yeah, a lot of times you can kind of gauge, the JV game. It kind of gives you an idea of how you're going to match up varsity-wise, and certainly that was a dead-even matchup as they went back and forth down the stretch. So if that's a forecast of the varsity matchup, it's going to be a good one.
This isn't a team that Tillamook's going to turn around and play a second time this year. Cascade is not on the schedule at home, but I would imagine those two teams play 10 times. They're going to go 5-5, 6-4. It was tight.
Yeah. It was a good matchup and a lot of good plays down the stretch. So this will be a fun one tonight.
It certainly should be a lot of fun, as Cascade being introduced on the floor right now, as the Cheesemakers have already been introduced. And Justin Louder. Justin is a jump in the middle. He's 6'1", but obviously a leaper, as he and Matt Bryant will go into the middle. And it's almost a dead heat, but Matt Bryant wins the tip, and the Cheesemakers will control. They're in their traveling black uniforms with a red stripe down each side, as Cascade in their all white uniforms with multicolored stripes around the neck and arms. Wetzel, right wing, out on top as Cascade comes out and matches up straight man-to-man to start with. Tillamook goes into a 1-3-1 offense, goes backdoor down to Keenert. He lays it up, around and in. Nice backdoor cut and a beautiful pass from Wetzel, and the Cheesemakers take the early 2-0 lead.
Boy, good touch by Blaine. Again, he kind of had to extend his body, but just kind of a little finger roll.
Across the timeline, Cascade gets it down to the right corner. We're going to have a hard time seeing the right corner. Inside to Louder, a fadeaway from 6. Tough shot, and he gets nothing but net. Not the fault of defense there, as he put it up and in off the baseline, and obviously Louder's the guy they want to go to.
They went right down to him on the low post.
Cheesemakers back down. Wetzel on the right wing. Pass inside Keenert off the glass again. Cascade tried for the steal. Keenert came up with the ball, banked it off the glass. He has the first 4 points for the Cheesemakers. Down the floor, left to right. Go Cascade against heavy pressure. Otis gets it across the timeline into the right wing. Back out on top to Williams. Williams, left wing, three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rebound, Matt Bryant high in the air for the board. Outlet backwards to begin. Cheesemakers going to try to run. Begin. Wetzel, three-pointer. Good! Cheesemakers hit their first 3 shots of the ball game, and they lead 7-2.
Boy, that just had a smooth look to it. That was nice to see. Catch and shoot, that was smooth as could be.
Very nice. Stop, pop, and nothing but net out of the corner for Jason Wetzel. Mark Hibden with the ball, hands back to Otis. Otis going to work against Taylor Bloom. Trying to go down low. Inside they got a three-pointer out of the corner. It is no good. Keenert with a backside rebound. Outlet quickly. Going to run the ball to sideline right. Bloom loses it, gets it again. Back to begin. Steps in, crossover. Back to Bloom again in the right wing. Trying to post up to Bryant. Now Bloom's going to shoot from 15. It got only glass. Not even close. Rebound comes down to Holloway. Holloway outlet far side to Otis. Otis cut off there by Wetzel. Good ball pressure. Cross court almost picked off, but Hibden comes up with it. Into the right corner, Holloway. Holloway backs it back to Williams. Williams sets it up. They go to Louder on the low block. He kicks it back out to Williams, who shoots a 3. It's no good. Louder with a rebound. Kicks it out again. Looks for a 3 out of the corner. No, now he's going to drive. Backs it out. Louder for 3. It's no good. Rebound long comes to Bloom. Bloom going to go long side court pass to Wetzel. Wetzel down low. Stolen by Louder. Good idea. Louder cut off the passing lane, trying to go to Matt Bryant on the run.
Well, it looks like Cascade wants to shoot from the outside.
Tillamook with their first turnover inside to Louder, kicks it back out. Bryant playing right behind him. Louder, jump hook from 8, hits it. Oh, he's taken 2 tough shots inside, and he hit them both. Louder 4, Cheesemaker 7. 4:54 left to play, first period. Begin. Free throw extended left side, looks high post, tries to go back door, and then throws it away, but Wetzel's there to pick it up. Back to begin also again. Wetzel, left wing against Williams. Pump fake, now going to drive. Off to Keenert. Free throw line, step through, powers it up, and in.
And he got fouled,
He
too.
certainly did. No whistle blows. 9-4 Cheesemakers.
Blaine 3 for 3 already.
Sideline left, Williams. Going to drive to the baseline. Cut off there. Tough shot, lays it in. Nicely. 9-6 Cheesemakers.
Well, I thought Matt Bryant was going to come and challenge, but he didn't.
Keenert inside slaps, so you can hear it all the way up here on the top row of the bleachers, right in front of us. We sit straight out from the basket on the top row of the bleachers, as we had to run about 100 feet of court outside to get cell reception again. Seems to be a common theme in these new gyms. Bryant, top of the key, down low to Keenert. He turns, lays it off the glass and in. 11-6 Cheesemakers.
What good pass by Bryant. Snapped that thing from the top of the key right down to the base where Blaine was open.
Keenert, 4 for 4 from the floor. Wetzel, the other one, with a shot. Wetzel comes out and pressures. Now a handoff. Down the lane, steps through, baseline Louder, lays it up. Didn't get it to go. He was fouled, no call. Keenert rips the rebound away. Outlet to Wetzel. Wetzel running the ball sideline right. Going to pull it out and stop and hold to begin. Step through, he traveled. He got tripped up a little bit by Hibden, but shuffled his feet on the way through as he got rid of it. Tillamook turns it over.
Well, so far the refs have kind of let him play a little bit. There's been a couple different times they could have called some kind of a foul, and neither time did they.
State tournament type reffing so far.
Different than last time.
Yep.
The last game we watched.
Yes, it is.
Which was ticky-tack.
Yeah, it was horrible. Otis on top with the ball, hands to Williams. Williams, inside pass, tipped away by Begin. Johnny chases it down, gets the turnover, gives up the turnover, and then gets it back. Begin, sideline right, down the lane, hangs in the air, shoots, tough shot, didn't get it to go. Outlet, gonna break on the other end. Hibden lays it up and in. Cheesemakers got beat down the floor that time as Hibden leaked early, and the outlet pass found him. It's 11-8. Tillamook's lead is 3. Cheesemakers bring the ball down. Bloom, 2:40 left, pass inside to Keenert. Dan, he is offensive foul. That's a horrible call.
That's not a good call.
Horrible call. So Keenert's going to get the first foul, his first foul of the ball game. As Oldenkamp will come in, I believe, from Matt Bryant. He will. And so Oldenkamp in with 2:37 left, period 1, 11-8 Tillamook.
And Greg's talking to the official that made that call. He didn't like it.
Yep. And they're done talking, and Cascade brings the ball in.
Greg does a good job of saying what he needs to say, and he's done with it.
And not with an attitude that gets himself in trouble. Sideline left, bounce pass inside, double clutch, stops, jump hook inside, no good. Rebound Oldenkamp. Good defense there by Luke. Begin. Quick handoff backwards, push it down the floor, right wing to Bloom, inside to Keenert. Keenert, whistle, foul from behind, going to be Hibden. That'll be 2 on him.
He kind of just came flying by.
Out of nowhere.
He almost landed on his belly when he lit, because he was just flying through the air.
So Blaine Keenert will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair with an 11-8 lead. Keenert toes the line. No dribble at all. Free throw on the way is good.
Well, he's off to a great start.
No reason to dribble the ball. Dan Ginger now gets up. Most people do at the free throw line.
That looks funny, doesn't it? He just kind of bent over and stood up and shot.
Ginger in, Taylor Bloom out. Not the 5-man rotation that we saw in the early part of the Taft game. Second free throw by Keenert. He's in double digits with 10. 13-8 Cheesemakers. Down the floor, going to the baseline, tipped away, but it goes to Louder. Louder working inside, trying to power his way against Ginger. Throws it out to the left wing to Hibden. Hibden going to drive. Loop, wrap-around pass, tipped away, picked up by Keenert, knocked away, picked up by Wetzel. Tillamook with the steal. Begin, goes sideline right to Wetzel. Free throw extended, high post, Oldenkamp almost has it picked up. Back to Wetzel, quick 3 in the air. It's no good. Oldenkamp fights out the rebound, tips it away to Ginger, and the Cheesemakers control. Kept it alive. Wetzel with the ball, sideline right again. Cascade stays in their man. It's tipped out of bounds by Hibden. And Williams, who had checked out, is going to get right back in here shortly as Hibden will sit down.
Looks like Cascade's kind of stepping the pressure up on defense. Yep. Not quite as careful as they were to start with.
Cheesemakers Sideline right as they look at their basket with the ball on the far side of the floor. Across your radio dial. Wetzel in trouble, lofts it out, fortunate to get that ball to begin. Back to Wetzel. Now he's going to go through. Wetzel going to drive to the baseline. Hangs. Oh, he's hammered. Doesn't get it to go. Almost.
It almost floated in there.
But he'll go to the line to shoot two. Nice job by Jason going to the basket, and that's not something he normally does in his game.
No, that'll be good to see.
Boy.
If that's part of, faking that long shot and taking it to the hoop.
He's hit one and missed one from three. That time he gave the good up fake and then drove right by him on the baseline. Wetzel, good on the free throw. He's got 4 points in the game.
Yeah, one of the things as we see another person check in or getting ready to, Rodriguez, we'll see if Tillamook has more depth than Cascade tonight.
Second free throw, good. Wetzel gets them both. He has 5 in the game, and he'll go sit down as Josh Rodriguez checks in with 1:20 left in the first. 15-8, Cheesemakers by 7. Equals their largest lead of the ball game. Louder now in backcourt, helping bring the ball down with Holloway. Holloway gets it across the timeline to Louder, and they'll set up the offense. Cheesemakers in his own, but Holloway goes down the lane, and he's fouled by Luke Oldenkamp. Luke didn't get there quite in time, caught him with a knee, and that wasn't Luke's fault. It was the guard's fault that they let him split and get deep into the penetration of the key. Holloway, underneath his own basket, will bring it in. Cascade sets a player at each corner. They run the inbound, try to get it to Louder. They can't. They throw it out on top. Goes all the way into backcourt before it's picked up there by Otis. Otis, sideline right. Holloway, pass inside. Louder kicks it out in the corner. Pump fake. Swings it back around to the far side. Williams was open. They missed him on the baseline. Louder, step back three. In and out, no good, but the offensive rebound goes Cascade and then picked up by Rodriguez. Josh with a steal in backcourt. Cheesemaker sideline break. Ginger, left wing. Inside, Keener kicks it back out. He could have spun and gone to the hoop. Had his back to the basket and decided to give it back to Begin and set up the offense. Begin on top. Ginger, three. It's checked by Williams. Down with it comes Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp checked at the rim or fouled, but no whistle blows. Cascade comes down with the ball. Sideline right, pump fake, inside Holloway, wrap around, inside, down low, checked by Keener. Cheesemakers come down with it. Begin coming out the other way. They are letting them play. Begin gives off to Keener. Cheesemakers control. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Begin, lob pass inside to Keener. Goes low, it's checked, rejected. Cascade out with the ball with 3 seconds left. Top of the key, no miss, three. And that's the end of the first period of play. Tillamook leads 15-8 after one. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun and a nice clean game. I mean, there was a little contact, but that's going to happen. And two good teams.
Yeah, certainly well-played basketball. Not at all like we saw Taft in the last game.
No.
15-8. Cascade will bring the ball out to start the second period of play. They'll work left to right across your radio dial with a big orange cougar painted in the middle of the floor. On top, they go to the right baseline. It's Federico, Louder. That would have been the other linebacker, was Federico. Sideline left with the ball. Otis out on top. Cheesemakers matching up in the zone. They go inside, touched there by Clark. Clark turns around, can't get it in, tipped up. Clark tried to save it out of bounds, but it hit the end line first, and it's going to be Cascade ball. I think that was the right play. I just don't know what Clark was trying to do, saving it back in bounds. He was fortunate it had landed out of bounds already. Little double screen on the inbound play. Looking, goes out on top. Clark with the ball. Clark bounce pass into the corner. They go down to Louder. Louder back to Clark. Left side Williams for three. It's no good. Only got glass. Louder caught it. Put up flat-footed as he was falling backwards. Boy,
he's got good hands.
He knows where the hoop is too. 15-10. Oldenkamp free throw line jumper. It's hard. No good. Rebound comes out. They're going to push the other way. Quickly. Stop. Clark. Sideline right. Jump hook. Short. No good. Rebound comes down to Ginger. Clark hasn't found his range yet.
0 for 4 is he from the field.
Begin backs it across the timeline against pressure there by Holloway. Hands to Josh Rodriguez. Rodriguez hands off to Begin and runs point guard through. Out on top to Ginger. Pump fake this time for three. Hands to Begin. Begin, free throw line. Tough shot on the fade. No good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Cascade ball.
Boy, it looked like Johnny really wasn't sure what he was going to do with it, shoot or pass, and it ended up being a pretty awkward shot.
Yeah, it was forced up ultimately in the end. He got up in the air, and then he double clutched, and then as he was coming back to the ground, threw it up. It barely got iron, and then Bryant tipped it out of bounds. Matt sits down as Keenert comes back in. Wetzel also back into the ball game as Ginger goes out. Sideline right with the ball, double team behind the student section. Can't see him clear down to the far corner. Coming out with it, though, is Otis. Otis, Williams, baseline. Clark is there. Got it down low, laid it up and in. His first 2 points of the ball game as they found a little hole on the backside, and Clark got a pair. Begin goes high post Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp begin a little three-man game inside. Keenert glazed it up, missed it, got his own rebound, laid it up, missed it again. One more time. Fouled. Keenert missed the first two. He laughs and
right
shakes his
point
head.
Blank.
Says, I don't know how I could have missed that second one, and the third one he got fouled pretty good, so he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. 6:05 left to play in the first half. 15-12. Cheesemakers with a lead.
Nobody in foul trouble. That's just one for Louder and one for Clark. There's a few around, but missed that.
Free throw no good by Blaine Keenert. As Seaholm now will check in, and sitting down will be Johnny Begin.
And Tillamook only with 2 fouls called on them at this point. So.
Yeah, there's only been 6 called in the first 10 minutes of basketball here. Second free throw is good. Blaine gets 1 out of 2. It's 16-12.
I think the trouble, he dribbled that first time, I think.
Yes. Cheesemakers now pressure. Louder, sideline right, into the corner, almost thrown away, picked up. Now a hard bounce pass picked off by Keenert. Keenert, 2-on-1 break. Rodriguez to Keenert, tried to alley-oop, and he's fouled on the arm on the shot. As you saw the 2-on-1, you thought that's probably what they were going to try. As they tried to alley-oop the ball, Keenert was a little bit under the bucket as he laughs at Josh. He left it just a little short, went up, got it with the right hand, didn't have a chance to put it down, but got hacked on the arm. It'll be foul number 1 on Tyrell Williams. No, make that Holloway. Keenert free throw, good. And probably what the fans here don't know is that he can legitimately alley-oop. Oh, there's no doubt about it. Remember, last game, flat-footed went up and stuffed it. First free throw's good. The second one, as he gets the ball, toes the line, and shoots it without a dribble again, and it's perfect. Cheesemakers lead 18-12 as Keenert gets 2 more. Holloway across the timeline. Good pressure there by the Cheesemakers. Tillamook very quick at the point right now. Down low pass to Louder. Got it inside. Now he kicks it out. Could have been 3. No call. Wraparound tipped away. Hands off. Drop. Picked up again by Hibden, and he'll back it out and set up the offense. Williams down low to Louder. Checked by Oldenkamp with a cap. That brings the Cheesemaker fans to their feet as the ball goes out of bounds. Those long arms of Luke, they are deceiving. Like a spider, they reach out there on the inbounds. Holloway out on top, tipped away, picked off by Rodriguez. Josh going to push the ball right down the middle of the floor. Sideline right, tries to back it out, in trouble, wrap around, throws it away. Got a little panic there. One of those things, he probably had people close to him, but tried to snap it across the court. Well, and he didn't wait. You wait one more count, somebody comes to you to help you out. Yep. Cascade's done a nice job putting ball pressure on. Holloway down the lane, slips through, lost the ball out of bounds. Again, that could have easily been a foul, but based on how they're calling the game, that was a good call right there. Got a little bit of body on both sides. Into the ball game comes Monginal. Monginal, a junior. You see the Cascade pressure extending a little bit here. Seaholm with the ball across the timeline to Wetzel on the left side. Pump fake inside across to Keenert on top. Cutter, Oldenkamp to Rodriguez. Rodriguez underneath. Seaholm kicks out. Wetzel for 3. Left it short. Oh, it was right on the line, too. And the foul's going to be called over the back on Keenert. So Keenert picks up the foul, only the third team foul. Cheesemakers revolving door at the scorer's table. It'll be Taylor Bloom and Johnny Begin back into the ball game as Rodriguez and Seaholm sit down. Good crowd by Tillamook on the far side, as we've grown accustomed to. 18-12, third-ranked team in the state, Tillamook, on top of the fourth-ranked team in the state, Cascade Cougars. 4:45 left to play, first half. Monginal goes left side, lob pass inside to Louder. Step fake, turn around, checked by Oldenkamp again. Saved by Clark, Cascade controls. On top, Williams. Oldenkamp playing behind Louder, giving Louder some fits. Right wing, three-pointer, Williams, good.
Finally.
Oh, they're going to say it was a 2.
Oh, okay.
As he was on the line. 18-15, Cheesemakers by 3. Give and go, he stepped out of bounds. Taylor Bloom got too wide on the pass there. And the Cheesemakers turn it over.
Boy, it's just those little things like that that's kind of just a lack of concentration.
As now the scores table's asking whether that was a 3 or not. Nobody put their hands up for a 3. Oh, and now they say it is a 3.
No, that kind of ruins my scorebook.
Well, that's kind of odd. Yeah, the scorer that has to tell you it's a 3.
Has to make that call.
18-15. Cheesemakers lead is 3. Sideline left, going to drive, stop, tough shot on the way, and
whoa!
Mark Hibden.
Well, it looked like it had a chance.
And the Cheesemaker lead is cut to 1. Ball tipped out of bounds, running the other way. Cheesemakers get it back underneath their own basket. 18-17, Cheesemakers with the lead. They've given up 5 points in a row. Lob pass inside, tip, Tillamook turns it over. Tried to do something on the inbound pass, and it was too much with the turnover.
It ticked off the edge of the backboard there.
With the ball, sideline right, back out on top. Going to step in, look for the 3, won't shoot it. Back out to Hibden, who just hit a prayer the last trip down. Williams, inside to Louder. Louder spins, dishes back. Dishes to baseline, throws to Clark, jumps it up and in. And Cascade has their first lead of the ball game at 19-18. 3:25 left to play in the first half. Left wing Wetzel. Wetzel going to drive. Kicks off Begin. Begin had Oldenkamp open. Now he's going to hand off Wetzel. 7-footer wide open. Good. Cheesemakers regain the lead.
Boy, good penetration and dish by Johnny Begin that time.
On top with the ball, Cascade works left to right with 3 minutes left in the first half. Clark goes to the baseline. Little turn off the glass. That was way too easy.
Way too easy there.
21-20. Cascade with the lead. Sideline right. Out of bounds is thrown, and back into the ball game will come Ginger as Bloom will sit down. Also back in will come Matt Bryant as Oldenkamp will sit down. Cheesemakers to bring it in on the far side. Ginger got to get it in. Finally does just in time. Off to Begin. Begin going to drive. Belly bumped out there and a hold, and that was the right call. You can't let him play hands-on like that out on top.
Oh, boy, he just put his hand right on his stomach and kept him from going by him.
Just stopped him right there, and the foul's going to be on Hibden. That'll be 2.
It's been a well-reffed game.
Yes, it has.
No complaints there, and that's unusual.
Yeah. In fact, novel. Hibden's going to sit down. Back into the game will come Otis. Cheesemakers with the ball in backcourt. Bring it into forecourt. Ginger goes high post. Bryant, tough shot from the free throw line. It wasn't even close. Got a little bit of glass as it fired back. And the Cheesemakers trail by 1. Cascade inside to Louder. Spins from 7. Off the glass for 2. Wow. Louder gives Cascade a 23-20 lead. Wetzel. Round a high screen to Bryant. Matt. Off to Ginger. Cheesemakers have gone away from getting the ball to Keenert for some reason. To Wetzel. He'll drive inside. Scoop to the hoop. Doesn't get it. Keenert with a follow. Lays it up and in. Blaine gets 2 on the follow and gets Tillamook back to within 1. Down the floor. Louder. They throw it away. He can't get up in the air. Louder not a real jumper. Couldn't get up to that one, and the Cheesemakers get it back on the turnover. 23-22. Cascade, 1:51 left, first half.
It's 6 turnovers for Cascade and 5 for Tillamook, so this is an even matchup here.
Yep. And we expected that. Keenert gets the ball high post from behind. Tipped away, but he gets it back, and now Wetzel's going to go down the lane. He missed it, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Matt Bryant was there for the follow. had the foul not been called.
Boy, again, it's good to see Jason take it to the hole.
I really like what he's done with his game tonight. And it's been successful on the score sheet as well.
Yes, yeah, because he's hit some shots. Let's see the foul. Boy, Cascade has 7 fouls on 7 different people.
And to the line will go Wetzel. Free throw. Good. He ties the game at 23.
3 for 3 from the line for him, and overall we're 8 for 9 from the line.
Second free throw. He is no good. Keenert with a rebound, lays it up. He missed it. Matt Bryant with a rebound, lays it up, and he's fouled. Cheesemakers crashed the board. Keenert missed one at the rim, but Bryant was right there again as well. 23 all.
Blaine, he's got a smile on his face out there all the time. He's such a nice kid.
Matt Bryant goes to the line. Now, last game we saw an ugly free throw and then a couple that were just perfect. This one, good-looking free throw, but it didn't go down.
Had good look to it, though. Nice arch.
Good rotation, rattled around and bounced out. JV's lost by 2. Freshman lost by 2. Second free throw, no good. Back iron. Cascade dodges a bullet there, and we're still tied at 23. Minute and a half left to play in the first half. Catch and shoot by Louder, missed it. Ginger with a backside rebound. Ginger going to bring it out left side to Wetzel. Wetzel missed a man on the backside. He drives, no good. Keenert with a follow. It's checked. Rebound comes down Cascade. Long down court pass. Caught, but he stepped out of bounds. Tillamook's going to get it back on the turnover. No, Keenert again with the offensive rebound, but he was fading away as he shot it and got just a hand on it. Did Otis.
Yeah.
Oldenkamp going to come back in quickly as Matt will sit down. 23 all, a minute 8 left to play in the first half.
So again, you see Tillamook using a lot of different players here.
Yeah, they certainly have.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll pay off second half.
It's good to see. They say they're 10 deep. Begin backs it in, looking out on top. Now they go to Keenert on the baseline. Louder cuts him off. Back to Begin. Begin going to look inside. Needs some help. Got a break. There's Oldenkamp. Nice job going to the ball.
Boy, Luke could have taken him down the lane, I think, his defender. But
Begin near side to Wetzel. 45 seconds left in the half. Off to Keenert. Baseline down low. Oldenkamp was shoved out of there by Williams. No call. They keep it back. Cheesemakers now down the lane. Ginger can't get the shot to go. For Keenert gets it. Lays it up. Tough shot by Blaine Keenert for 2. 25-23. Cheesemakers with a lead. 20 seconds left in the half.
Boy, that was hard fought right there.
Tillamook backs up in a matchup zone. Cascade going to take the last shot. Sideline right, looking, try to go inside the Louder. They're going to have to reverse it with 5 seconds. Into the corner left. Now the drive, handoff, picked off by Begin. Begin from midcourt at the bottom. The front rim, no good. And that's the end of a very good half of basketball here in Cascade. 25-23 Tillamook at the half. We'll be back in 1 minute.
It'll be interesting to see, it's always fun in either football or basketball, what adjustments are made at halftime. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that Cascade may crank the defensive pressure up a little bit.
Yeah, they certainly could, and they also could take the ball to the hole. You mentioned that during the stats. They have not done a lot of that.
No, outside shots, and even when they've dumped it down low to the post players, they haven't been aggressive moves to the basket.
Foul trouble has not been an issue for either team.
No, Tillamook only has 2 team fouls, one on Keenert, one on Oldenkamp, and Cascade, again, had 7 first-half fouls, but 7 different players, so nobody on either side has more than 1.
So the Cheesemakers will go left or right across your radio dial to start the second half of play. Begin as Cascade goes to a 1-3-1, looks like a trap. As Begin steps in, now comes a trap, and they throw it away. Picked off right away. Sideline left, Holloway going to turn around and back it on out. Down the lane, Louder loses it. It's kicked away, picked off by Begin. Begin on the steal, left side is thrown away, picked up, loose on the ground. Saved back to Keenert. Keenert to the hole, lays it up and in. Just garbage, but a great effort by Johnny Begin to go to the ground, pick it up, turn around while he was sitting on the ground, and dish it off to Keenert for 2. Pass inside,
nice
tipped
job
away.
by Bryant.
Bryant, nice fronting defense, knocked it away there. Cheesemakers on the run, sideline right. Inside, Wetzel drive. That was a flat shot, never got above the rim, but it skimmed across the rim off the glass for 2. 29-23. Quick start by the Cheesemakers.
Boy, and again, you saw Jason.
Tipped away again. Cheesemakers with a steal. Wetzel, Begin, going to push. Middle of the floor, now going to hold it up. Sideline left. To the baseline, Bloom, quick 3. Good! Bloom out of the corner. A blitz here in the second half. They lead by 9, 32-23. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back after this.
He shot that so fast.
He hasn't had many.
Somehow this is not doing good on my back.
Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. Cheesemakers lead 32-23. Taylor Bloom, a quick 3 out of the corner, becomes the first scorer besides Keenert and Wetzel,
who each have a bucket already this half as well. So 3 quick baskets, including a 3.
Keenert with 19 in the game. 1 minute into the second half. Cougars with the ball on the other end. Goes to the corner. Holloway. Cheesemakers extend. They're in a 2-3 zone. Back to Holloway. Shot moving. Good out of the baseline from 15. That cuts or stops a 12-0 run by the Cheesemakers that went back into that second period. Tillamook was down 23-20. They had the lead 32-23 before Cascade scored again. With the ball, sideline right, Cheesemakers, long cross-court pass, too long, throws it away. Tillamook tried to skip pass across to Bloom, and Bloom would have had to been Matt Bryant in order to catch that one.
Or Bloom on Matt Bryant, maybe.
Williams with the ball in the right wing. The left side, they swing around again. Goes high post, waits, Connor. Stops, kicks it back out. Otis goes inside to Louder, and he... Oh, no. Going to be a foul on Matt Bryant.
That's a terrible call. Because Louder was just struggling, just bending over, trying to pick the ball up.
The ball was rolling across the floor, and Louder just couldn't get a piece of it. Matt Bryant's going to pick up his second personal foul, I believe.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I must have missed one. No?
No, it's his first. Sorry.
Okay.
Oldenkamp comes in, looking for Louder. Good defense, fronting defense inside. Had Williams open on the back door, down the lane, jumped up and in by Holloway. So Holloway gets back-to-back buckets, and it's 32-27. Cascade comes back and answers 4 quick of their own. Begin. Looks inside, now kicks off to Wetzel. Wetzel tries to go high post to Keenert. Can't. Off to Begin. Left side, Bloom for 3 again. This one's no good. Front side rebound, lays it up and in. Oldenkamp, nice rebound. Comes back and gives the Cheesemakers a 7-point lead again, 34-27. Tillamook's largest lead of the game has been +9. On top, Cascade holding the ball, a little crossover move, kicks off to the corner to Holloway. He's got the hot hand right now, hands off Otis for 3. In and out, no good. Oldenkamp with another rebound. Oldenkamp lets everybody clear and then hands to Wetzel. Cheesemakers push across the timeline. Begin, lob pass, Oldenkamp, backside, scoop to the hoop and scores! Nice play from Begin to Oldenkamp for 2 again.
Boy, nice body control because there was a lot of traffic in there, and he just kind of slithered through the cracks of it for a nice bucket.
Well, when Luke turns sideways, he disappears.
There doesn't need to be much of an opening there.
Traveling on top by Cascade, Hibden.
Yeah, he turns his body sideways, and he can slip right through.
Yes, he can.
Well, and then he put the ball over his head, which means that it's almost out of reach for sure of anybody to block it.
36-27, Tillamook by 9, largest lead of the ball game. They have the ball. They move left to right. Pass on top, tipped away by Williams. Travel, no call. Another one. Pass out on top. Tillamook finally threw it away. Williams now on the drive, and he's fouled. Cheesemakers made him into an Oreo there. 2 black jerseys with Williams, the white jersey, right between them. And Williams goes down. That'll be the second team foul on the Cheesemakers here in the second half. Tillamook really tried to turn the ball over that trip down. traveled twice, didn't get the call, had it tipped away once, and finally stolen. So they had 4 turnover chances before they gave up the one.
Well, already we see more turnovers by both teams in the whole first half there.
Pass down low to Louder, and it's checked and capped by Oldenkamp. It's capped all the way to the ground, and then it goes out of bounds off Tillamook.
That's the 3rd time that Luke has blocked on Louder's shot.
I mean, that wasn't a block. That was a smother.
That was an absolute stuffing right there.
Pass underneath, finally gets into Louder. He lost it out of bounds and then back in. Connor, he's hacked, and now a reaching foul going to be on Wetzel. And you talked coming out, you expected Cascade to step up the pressure defensively. You're right, somebody has, but it wasn't Cascade.
Tillamook has.
They have stepped it up defensively.
Well, and already this quarter, Cascade has 4 turnovers and Tillamook 3, and we're not even halfway through this third quarter.
Lob pass inside, picked off by Oldenkamp. They tried to alley-oop to Louder. Oldenkamp can get more elevation than Louder can. Wetzel on the right wing. Back to Begin on top. Going to try to lob inside. No. Waits, looking baseline. There's Bloom in the corner. Bloom goes cross court to Begin. Begin. Good transition by the zone defense of Cascade. Out on top to Bloom. Right wing Wetzel. Wetzel, skip pass. Begin. Open 3. In and out, no good. Oldenkamp, another rebound. Begin, lays it up. He missed it. Rebound tipped out. Wetzel, jumper 7. He missed it. Oldenkamp again. The rebound lays it up and in. My goodness, he's a vacuum in there. Cheesemakers by 11. 38-27.
Dominating the boards.
Pass inside. Connor waits, kicks it back out in the corner. Hibden, 4-3, not going to get this one. Rattles in and out. Bloom, rebound, outlet. Begin, sideline left. Cheesemakers still want to add the pressure to the Cascade Cougars. Begin to Bloom on the left wing. Pass down low to Keenert. Keenert has it tipped away, back to Bloom. Bloom on top. Oldenkamp, pump fake. He'll drive, shoots, missed it. Rebound backside, stolen away by Hibden. He got hacked, or he hacked Keenert. Kicked him in the hip on the way by. Keenert grimacing on the near side. Inside, Louder, jump hook. He got this one to go over Oldenkamp. He shot that one a little quicker than he has the others. Cheesemakers down the floor, sideline right. Now they're going to drive. Shoot. Wetzel was going to the hole. Greg had called timeout about the time they got to midcourt, but nobody heard him until Wetzel was about 3 steps away from the rim.
Had an open layup.
Greg just puts his head. Oh, man.
Great. Boy, this has been an exciting quarter.
38-29. Cheesemakers lead by 9. They've been up by as many as 11, and it's come from the defensive pressure and the offensive rebound. Tillamook has got numerous shots here in the second half because they have just crashed the boards, and Luke Oldenkamp has just been stepping on the doorstep every time the ball goes in the air.
Boy, he's just cleaning everything up on that backside between him and Keenert around the offensive glass. Impressive.
It has been impressive. 38-29. Cheesemakers, 9-point lead, and they have the ball. Dan Seaholm and Josh Rodriguez coming into the game as Wetzel sits down, and Bloom. Keenert and Oldenkamp stay in. Tillamook runs the inbound play. Off to Begin. Corner, Rodriguez. He traveled with the ball.
Took the little bunny hop. 9 turnovers for Tillamook now. 12 for Cascade.
Cheesemakers dropping back. Tillamook has also played many more players. Cascade has played 7. Tillamook has gone 9 deep and got legitimate time out of 9 players. Williams, left side, going to shoot the long 3. It's an air ball.
Literally long 3.
Begin. Outlet. Keenert on the break. Down the lane. Lays it up. Scores! And he is fouled! A little push from behind. Not enough to keep the bucket from going in. And the Cheesemakers lead 40-29.
Boy, Blaine has such good control. Even though he was running hard, when it was time to get to the hoop, everything softened up right then.
He stopped his momentum with that last step and jump, and instead of carrying through the rim, he went up to the rim. And it was the air break, actually, that made Williams run over the top of him.
That's right. And that's not easy to do when you're going full speed like that.
It was also a great outlet. Keenert never dribbled the ball. He just caught it off the bounce from Begin. And Keenert converts on the 3-point play. It's 41-29, 12-point lead.
Boy, what a game by Blaine.
Oh, man, you are not kidding. Over 20 now for Keenert. Lob pass inside. Clark, whistle, foul, going to be Begin. They lobbed it over Begin to Clark. Begin's hand was between Clark's. He ripped the ball loose, apparently got some arm on the way through. That'll be the 4th team foul on Tillamook this half.
I think this is the first foul on Johnny. Again, I don't have anybody.
It's the second on Johnny. He'll come out and sit down.
Okay.
It was time for a rest for him anyway.
Yep.
As Wetzel comes back in. Greg getting used to a rotation. Louder gets the ball in the corner, kicks it out on top. Left wing for 3. Good. Nice shot and a release by Taylor Otis. Otis gets him back to within 9. 41-32. Rodriguez goes high post to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp right around his man, down the lane. Tough shot, doesn't get it to go. Rebound comes down, saved out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Oldenkamp.
Boy, they're starting to make some crazy calls now.
That's what Greg thought as well. Cheesemaker fans did not like that one. As out of bounds with the ball went the Cascade player, and Oldenkamp got whistled for the foul. That's his second foul. 5 fouls this half on Tillamook, 1 against Cascade. Minute 39 left to play in the 3rd period. Otis out on top, left side to Hibden. He'll go to the baseline to Clark. Clark, jump hook, left it short. Oldenkamp there, outlet to Rodriguez. Josh going to run the ball, sideline right. He'll cross over, go right down the lane. Kicks off Wetzel, 19-footer. In and out, no good. Oldenkamp tips it up, can't control. Louder comes down with it. Out with the ball. Cascade into the corner. Otis look for 3, but Hibden will shoot a 3 and hits. Cascade on the comeback now, down 41-35. They've scored 6 in a row. And it's ripped away. No, going to say over and back. Oh, that's a bad call. It was stolen away and whistled and over and back. The Cheesemakers turn it over. 1 minute left to play in the 3rd.
Well, one thing you can tell when Johnny goes out of the game, and we just don't handle the ball as well.
Rodriguez and Seaholm sit down. Bloom and Begin back in. Under a minute left to play, 3rd period. 41-35 Tillamook. Louder on top, reverses. Otis looks for the shot, can't get it. Tillamook extends. Cheesemakers had sat back and let him shoot a little bit on the 3. Now Hibden going to shoot the 3 again. No good. Keenert down with a rebound. Keenert outlet. Begin going to run sideline right. Begin into the corner. Bloom couldn't get the 3 up. Hands back out. Keenert down the lane. Off to Wetzel for 3. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Clark for Cascade. 6-point Tillamook lead. 41-35. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. 21 seconds left in the 3rd. Hibden, right wing, out on top, reverses near side again. Playing catch around the perimeter. Louder at the high post, Clark at the low post. It goes to Hibden out of the corner. He shoots a 3 and he hits. It's a 2-point, make that a 3-point game. 41-38, and that's the end of the 3rd period of play. Cheesemakers had a big lead up by 12. They've given all but 3 of it back. 41-38 Cheesemakers going into the 4th. We'll be back after this. Start the final period of play. Cascade on a 9-0 run after Tillamook had gone on a 12-0 run. 2 good basketball teams here.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, Cascade there in that 3rd quarter hit 3 threes.
Yeah, 3 out of 4.
All down the stretch, kind of, at the last couple of minutes. Really got him fired up.
Hibden hit 2 of them. He has the ball on the right wing. The other guy running the baseline is Otis, and he goes to the corner trying to get, back to Hibden. Hibden going to shoot one under pressure, scores, and he's fouled. My goodness. Taylor Bloom whistled for the foul. They tie it up at 41 after scoring 12 in a row, and Hibden can give them the lead.
Man, oh man, all of a sudden he can't miss a shot.
And the officials know who it's on. No, they do. They count it. And it will be 24. They're going to give the foul to Luke Oldenkamp. That's a wrong guy.
No, he...
And now they give it to Jason Wetzel. That's the wrong guy, too. And now they say it's 22.
That's right. It was,
and that is the right guy.
It was Bloom.
And so, yeah, they will change it. And so it's 41 all, and Hibden goes to the line. The 5'9" guard, 5'8" guard, has all of a sudden gotten the hot hand as he's hit 3 threes here in the second half, late third quarter, and here in the first trip down in the fourth. He can give Cascade the lead again for the first time since it was 21-20, and he does.
That's
42-41.
their first free throw of the game.
Wow. Oldenkamp, free throw line jumper. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Wetzel, to Cascade. They'll bring it down the floor. Left side, Hibden goes baseline to Clark. Wraparound pass inside, picked up by Begin. Begin steals it away. Left side, Wetzel has it go through his hands, but he picks it up again. Wetzel needs some help. Finally hands to Begin. Begin going to go down the lane. Tough shot from the baseline, no good. Oldenkamp can't come down with it. Luke just doesn't have the elevation right now that he had earlier. Far side, Hibden with the ball. Tillamook on a dry spell. Pass inside, tipped away, picked off. Begin trying to give Tillamook the lead. Sideline right to Wetzel. Wetzel, he'll drive, stop. Somebody has to come to the ball. Needs some help. Hands out, left side. Begin going to go down the lane. Steps, shoots, doesn't get it to go. Rebound picked up. Tillamook's not taking good shots right now. And in fact, they look a little tired.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
42-41. Cascade with a lead. Hibden almost got another three up. Didn't. They'll go baseline to Clark. Clark, tough shot from the baseline. No good, but Louder with the offensive rebound puts it up and in. It doesn't matter where Louder gets the ball. He knows where the basket is. Yep. And it's 44-41.
And again, we haven't seen Blaine touch the ball much down inside.
Pass inside. Bloom heads on the back of the rim and falls away. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
See if we can break this Cascade run right here.
16-0 run. Not good for the Cheesemakers, who had built a 12-point lead. Now they trailed by by 3. That's been the largest lead of the ball game for Cascade. Cheesemakers kind of holding their shorts and putting their hands on their head here in the fourth. 5 starters in the game for the Cheesemakers. Taylor Bloom going to go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Free throw is no good.
We look a little off right now.
Yep.
Not quite sure what we're...
Matt Bryant comes in, but Oldenkamp stays, and Keenert's going to sit down for a breather with 5:54 left to play in the ball game. Free throw, good. Tillamook finally breaks the run at 16. Cheesemakers down by 2. Cascade with the ball on the near end of the floor. Trying to go to Clark on the baseline. They'll have to reverse to Hibden, who's going to shoot the 3 with somebody in his face. No good. Wetzel down with a rebound. Outlet to Begin. Begin going to run the floor left side to Bryant on the run. Off the glass and in. A running jumper from 15 feet out of the left wing. That was a prayer, and it's nothing but net. We're tied at 44.
Oh, wow.
Cascade with the ball again. Near in. Tie game. 3rd tie of the ball game. Hands back, Hibden. Hibden around the top, now goes near side to Otis, and Cascade wants timeout. We're going to take timeout as well. 5:08 left to play in the ball game. It's 44 all. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Started, and then at the end of the third and on into the fourth, Cascade went on a terrific run.
16-0.
Yeah, and so now it's to see in this last 5 minutes who can pull it off.
Hopefully it's Tillamook's turn for a run here.
Yes.
Sideline right, Hibden. Hibden looking back to Otis. Otis can't find an opening there. Cheesemakers have matched up in a man. Hand off, no go to the baseline. Trying to trap somebody there. They'll reverse to the near side. Looking, pass inside to Clark. Clark over the top of Bryant, gets it down. Wow.
That had no business going in.
No, it did not. Keenert gets up to come back in. Bloom with the ball, sideline left. Looks, off on top to Bryant. Bryant pass inside, throws it away. That was ill-advised there. There were all kinds of bodies, and the Cheesemakers turned it over.
That's 11 turnovers for Tillamook Cascade, up to 14 on the night. The difference has been those threes.
Yeah. 46-44. Cascade with a 2-point lead, 4.5 left to play in the game. 4th-ranked team in the state at home against the 3rd-ranked team in the state, the Cheesemakers, on the road. Otis running around the far side. They go right wing to him. Now they're reversed. Hibden pass inside to Clark. Clark double team, kicks it back out. Cheesemakers go for the steal, miss. Hibden comes up with it again. Back out on top it goes. Holloway, pass inside, picked off. Cheesemakers with it, have them going the other way. Begin, waits, needs some help, finally goes off to Bloom, gives it back to Begin, and the Cheesemakers will set the offense. See if Blaine can get into the offense again. Keenert with the ball on top of the key. Pump fake, left side to Wetzel. Little motion offense by the Cheesemakers, off to Oldenkamp at the top of the key with the ball. To Begin. Cheesemakers running their offense against that man defense of the Cougars. Wetzel, looking cutter, had Begin down the lane. Wetzel to the hole, lays it up and in. Tillamook ties it at 46 with a shot and a drive by Wetzel.
Boy, quick first step by Jason. Went right by his guy.
3:25 left to play in the game. All tied up at 46. 4th tie of the ball game. On top, right wing. Hibden goes pass inside to Louder. Step through. He double dribbled. No call. 3-pointer left wing. It's no good. Rebound Begin on the backside. Outlet Bloom. Bloom traveled. No call. Now it's tipped away in backcourt. Back to Begin. Begin down the floor right side to Wetzel. Wetzel going to go to the baseline. Gets himself in trouble. Now stops and waits there. Behind the student section, needs some help, goes into the corner. Out on top, Bloom almost lost it off to Oldenkamp. Cheesemakers set up the offense with 2:45 left to play in the game. In a 46-all tie. Bloom, cutter, he'll take a 3. Left it short. Oldenkamp full, laid it up and in. He was wide open under the bucket. Nobody around.
Nobody close to him.
Oldenkamp gets 2 more, and the Cheesemakers with a 2-point lead. 2:25 left to play in the game. On top, high screen by Clark, off to Hibden. Back out again, Cheesemakers are matched up, goes to Louder. Back out, they'll kick around to Hibden. Cheesemakers defending the 3 much better right now. Connor on the near side, gonna drive. Off to Hibden, pump fake, cut off there by Bloom. Hands off Otis, back to Hibden. Hibden, good hands there by Wetzel. Goes baseline inside to Louder. Louder kicked off Hibden. There's a 3, top of the key. It's good. Otis hits a 3 from the top of the key. They lead 49-48. On top, Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp going to go down the lane. They have to be NBA to get that one to count. It's going to be the foul, and the Cheesemakers will get the ball out of bounds.
Boy, a lot of good playmaking here by both sides.
Oh, yeah. That was a well-run set by Cascade when they finally got a double screen on top and got the 3-pointer to go to give them back the lead.
Nice, patient, good passing.
Minute 43 left to play in the game. Wetzel out of the corner, inbound for 3. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Oldenkamp rips it loose. It'll be Cascade ball.
That had a good look to it. Jason hit his first 3 tonight, and he's missed his next 4.
And that was they ran the play for it and didn't get it to go. So Cascade with a minute and a half left to play and a 1-point lead. And they're holding the ball out by midcourt. Now they'll move in, top of the key. A lot of dribbling, apparently not 5 feet close there. Minute 18 left. Cheesemakers match up in the man. And Cascade going to go to 4 high as Audie goes out on top. They're just going to run time off the clock. Tillamook tries to trap as they extend. Good experience for the Cheesemakers here, down by 1. 1 minute left to play in the game. Around the near side. I cannot believe they don't call a 5. He doesn't give him 2 steps difference. It's got to be within 5 feet, and he reset the clock there, reset his count. Cheesemakers foul, and to the line will go Cascade. That was not a good break. You see him when he counts. Yep. He then changes and goes with the other hand. Johnny Begin never was more than an arm length away, and unless you're Matt Bryant, you're within 5 feet then.
Well, you can see that the official was putting his arms out like nobody was guarding, and that wasn't the case at all.
You got to be kidding me. Zach Holloway goes to the line to shoot 1-on-1. 52 seconds left to play in the game. Free throw on the way. It's no good. Tillamook has the ball. Down by 1. Begin left to right. He'll set the ball, and now Tillamook's going to ask for timeout. We'll take it as well. 49-48 Cascade. 44 seconds left to play in the game. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. 44 seconds left to play in the game. 49-48. Cheesemakers trail by 1, but they have the basketball. Moving left to right in the final 44 seconds of what has been just a very, very good 4A basketball game.
Really, two well-matched teams. They both have played well. It's been a clean game.
Yep. Oldenkamp in place of Bryant. Oldenkamp along with Keenert, Wetzel, Begin, and Bloom. Begin will have the ball. We'll see what play Greg has set up here. Right wing to Wetzel. Wetzel on top to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp, hands off. It's tipped away. He chased it down by midcourt. 30 seconds left in the game. Begin. Left wing to Wetzel. Wetzel with Williams on him. Out on top. Looking down low. The handoff to Bloom. Bloom inside to Oldenkamp. Got it low. No, Wetzel laid it up. He missed it. Oldenkamp to follow. He's fouled. Oldenkamp was fouled after he got the rebound going up to the hole. He'll shoot 2.
Another offensive rebound by Luke.
Oh, Wetzel was at the doorstep and didn't get it to go. Luke Oldenkamp goes to the line with 15.6 seconds left, down by 1. And Cascade's going to call timeout, try to put a little ice in the veins of Luke Oldenkamp. We'll keep this one right here.
Boy, of course, with the earphones on and stuff, you can't tell. It didn't look like the official called the foul to start with, and I thought, he had to, because Luke went ahead and continued on the shot. So it's going to put a little pressure on Luke trying to make the free throws here.
They ran a little backdoor and got Jason Wetzel down underneath. He went up. He had a little bit of defense there, a little bit of muscle on him,
yeah,
but really a shot that he would normally hit, and he's shaking his head coming out of the pile. But again, on the backside boards, Luke Oldenkamp has just lived in the paint and been the Hoover vacuum cleaner in there all night.
We don't keep rebound stats, but he's had to have.
No, he's got to have 10.
8 or 9 or 10 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. So now he goes to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Only the 4th team foul on Cascade. Tillamook has 7, so if they foul, it's going to send Cascade to the free throw line. Down by 1, 49-48. 15.6 seconds left to play in the game. Oldenkamp, fans are on their feet. Free throw, good.
It's always nice when you're shooting 2 in this case.
Yes, it is.
Not as tough as that 1-and-1 thing.
49 all. He can give the Cheesemakers the lead. Cascade wanted to get the timeout. They didn't. Oldenkamp now with the ball. Free throw is good. Luke Oldenkamp hits 2 free throws with 15 seconds remaining, and the Cheesemakers have the lead 50-49, and they take the timeout as well.
Wow, what a finish.
We'll continue to keep this one here as the Cheesemakers now will extend defensively after this 20-second timeout. 15.6 seconds remaining. And I don't know, Cascade, they can look for the 3 outside as Otis was the last one that they went to.
Otis and Hibden have both been shooting the 3s really well.
Or do you go inside to Louder if you get the chance? The Cheesemakers have just done a nice job defensively as Louder is not by 1, 50-49.
Louder comes all the way down and starts in the low block already.
Cheesemakers going to go full court pressure, man-to-man. Cascade brings it in backcourt. They're just slowing him down. Oh, he gets him by and down the floor into the left side. Hibden, give and go to Connor. Double teamed in the corner. Back out. Rodriguez picks it off. Rodriguez is fouled. Josh Rodriguez jumped to passing lane and stole the ball.
Boy, jumped right in front of where the kid was going to pass it. Great anticipation by Josh.
Josh Rodriguez gets the ball. He's fouled. It'll be Tillamook's ball out of bounds, as that's only the 5th team foul.
Kind of works against Cascade right now.
It does, with 5.1 seconds remaining. And Cascade's going to call timeout. We'll continue to keep this one right here with a 50-49 lead and 5 seconds left. Tillamook has the ball on the far side at mid. We expect Cascade to foul again.
All Tillamook has to do is get it in bounds and hold on to it.
Oldenkamp in backcourt, goes to Keenert, and he's fouled with 3.5 seconds remaining. Tillamook now needs to inbound it one more time on the far side.
If you've practiced enough inbound plays this early in the season to make this work a couple of times.
50-49 Tillamook, 3.5 seconds left. Far side, Oldenkamp to bring it in again. He looks, finally gets into backcourt to Bloom. Back to Oldenkamp, top of the key. They'll run the clock out. The game's over. The Cheesemakers have won 49 here in Cascade. Great basketball game for the Cheesemakers. A gutsy win by the young Mooks. 50-49 Cheesemakers. They win by 1 in Cascade. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with Sports Extra after this. They led 41-38 at the end of 3 and win it 50-49. But it wasn't easy by any means. Big lead changes or swings. 11-5 run by Cascade in the first half gave them a lead 21-20 in the second quarter. And then the Cheesemakers went on a 12-0 run. They went up by as many as 12, leading 41-29 in the third. And then Cascade battle with 4 ties down the stretch and 3 lead changes. Cheesemakers trailed 49-48, and Cascade had the ball, but Tillamook got the ball back on a turnover. Step picked up the ball, went to put it in. He was fouled, and the Cheesemakers sent Oldenkamp to the line with 15 seconds remaining, down by 1, and Luke drained them both to cap off just a masterful game for him, and he was really a huge key, probably the key in this ball game. He gave Tillamook the 50-49 lead, and then Cascade brought the ball down, and a big steal by Josh Rodriguez, who jumped a passing lane and picked the ball off. Cheesemakers were then able to run time off the clock and pick up the victory here, 50-49 over the 4th-ranked team in the state, the Cascade Cougars. Bruce